Over the last 25 years, I've had the privilege of interviewing and highlighting some truly interesting people. I mean, everyone who is anyone, both the famous and the infamous, from presidents and their first ladies to kings and queens, movie stars and pop stars, captains of industry, heads of state, sports personalities, innovative entrepreneurs, and some pretty fascinating everyday people. Today, I'd like to introduce you to Katelyn Moskos, an enterprising entrepreneur who saw an opportunity, executed her business idea, and then took it to a level that not only worked for her family, but also favorably impacted others. That is the dream of every entrepreneur I have ever spoken to in my entire career. What actually attracted you, Katelyn, to the leisure industry of all things?
Sure. So we live in the Lake George region, which is a tourist destination for so many. Yeah. And it just, it's a happy place. Anyone who comes and visits, it's just a place for memories. So, feeling that and seeing the cheer that it brings, was definitely the number one attraction for me.
That makes a lot of sense. And now, we've all gone through the COVID pandemic, and, we like to think that we're on the other side of it, even though we need to all be very cautious still. But I get a sense that the travel and leisure industry is back. People really want to get back to their lives, and travel and leisure is the first sign of life is returning to normal. So Katelyn, you actually work behind the scenes in an industry that most people really never get to see behind the curtain of. I like to call it, we're about to show people how the sausage is actually made.
Yes. Yeah.
What can you tell us about the hard work that goes into making a hospitality experience memorable for a client? And I can tell you, I am taking notes because I love to travel. I use vacation homes outside of my home. And so I am your client. Talk to me.
Yes. So it is about the vacation, but it's more so about the experience, right? So from when the guest contacts our office, we can guide them in any direction that will better that vacation for them. We're a mix of a concierge service as well as a vacation rental. So if they need it, we can supply it. And if we can't supply it, we can get it from an outside resource for them. To make it as seamless as possible, not only, before their stay, during, as well as after. And I think that's key, is giving the people the most positive experience that they can. And that's where, the customer service is the biggest part of our industry.
So explain it to me a little bit. It's not only that you have the business of facilitating the location of where people are going to be, but the full-blown experience. Am I correct?
Correct.
So how did your previous work in the hospitality industry prepare you to actually take the reins yourself and take the business to the next level? I sort of gave our viewers a little indication when I say you saw a business opportunity. You actually saw a hole, a niche that you thought you could fill, right?
Correct. Yes. So in the past, I worked in the hospitality industry for years. And I saw there was a lot of hotels and motels and resort, but there wasn't something private for a family where they can really spend one-on-one time together. So that's where the idea generated from.
And that is what most of the industry now knows as like the Airbnbs, the VRBO experience. But something tells me you provide a little bit more of a concierge experience to that. Explain the difference.
Yes, yeah. So we really cater to our guests. We offer crib services. We have a kayak company sistered along with it as well. So if guests would like to experience the watercraft of it, we deliver those prior to their arrival, pick up after their departure. We have grocery service. We work hands in hands with private chef, wedding coordinators, things along those lines that can really just fill any voids that they're looking for.
So in other words, I am the vacationer. I'm bringing my family. I say, Katelyn, tag, you're it. Northern Living.
Yes.
Have at it.
Yes, we do. Yep. So normally when a guest calls, we ask them, the top 5-6 questions. And then from there, we send them an email with every option that they can possibly, want or need. And there's never a limit for us.
So give me some examples, okay? How have you gone above and beyond to satisfy a guest? Now, I'm not talking about one of those little always whining about everything guests, but a normal guest that wants to have something special.
Sure. We have a lot of guests that visit, for the parents' 50th anniversary, weddings, things along those lines, a children's birthday, perhaps somebody who's terminally ill and they're making it a very special vacation. So for those guests, we'll decorate, we'll do flowers. If it's a birthday party, a bouncy house will be delivered. Just really do the little things that go so far and take the stress off of the guests of having to take another step outside of Northern living.
That makes a lot of sense. And I alluded to it when we first started that COVID-19 really did have an impact on the leisure industry. How did the pandemic affect your operations?
We were fortunate enough to exceed in it, if you will. We live in the Lake George region where we have fresh Adirondack air, and people from outside regions were just really wanting to escape that and come up here and get away from everybody. So in our world, it was a little bit of a crazy time. We had to bring more employees in, and we were living on the edge of our seat, and policies were changing, and as rules were coming to us, we were adjusting. So it was definitely a hectic time, but I think it made our team stronger and we grew very quickly. And adjusting really was the main key with that.
It makes a lot of sense. I know that for me, the one thing I wanted to do was get out of the city. I live in Chicago proper. And of course, with the lockdowns, that meant that me, a heart disease survivor, had to be inside of my home so that I didn't encounter anybody other than my husband and my child. But the moment we opened up a little bit, my husband and I went straight to our house in East Hampton, because the same thing as what you say, I was able to get some outdoor exercise. I could walk, I could play some tennis, I could do things outside. And so Northern Living really probably gave people a respite from being cooped up.
We did, and there was a lot of guests who were visiting here from overseas and weren't able to get back to their home. So therefore, they found peace within one of our vacation rentals to keep their family safe.
That sounds like that was a bit of a lifesaver. Tell me a little bit about your plans for the future. What are you looking to accomplish next?
I always leave whatever road I'm on really wide and not narrow. Could continue to develop and improving whatever policies we have in place, looking for extra amenities to add to our properties that guests may want, and just listening to what the industry is telling us, what our guests are telling us, reading the reviews, and following up on them, and just really having fun. That's the biggest part of it.
Well, I hear all that great stuff. What do you find to be the most challenging part of running the business, though?
It's keeping up with the current market, right? So it's constantly fluctuating. It's the same as real estate. Minimum night stays, rates, what events are in the area, getting that out to the public, keeping our website up to date. Every day's a new day, and you never know what's coming.
Well, it seems like you are extremely flexible, but extremely knowledgeable. And I know as a person who enjoys travel, that's what I need from somebody who is going to provide the kind of service that you're describing. Tell me, as we come to an end, what's the one thing you'd like the viewer of this video feature to walk away with today?
I think that it's, no matter where you are in life, giving back is the biggest thing for us here. Knowing where you came from, listening to the people, around you, listening to what people like and don't like, and just being part of the community.
And is there anything that you see looking ahead that the industry is doing that you're particularly excited about?
There's so much going on. It's what's best that's going to fit what we do. The Airbnb has grown significantly since we started. areas are getting a little bit saturated with it. So it's making us stand out more so with the concierge service part of it, amenities, things along those lines.
Okay, the more you can offer a consumer in customer service, I'll give you a hint, that's going to be the thing.
Yeah.
that will make people want to come back again and again. Katelyn, thank you so much. I wish you the
Thank
best.
you.
of your
I
business.
appreciate it.